Hello and welcome to Swim Fans. How are you? Listener, how are you? Well, there will now be 2 minutes of silence as you tell us how you're doing.
We will go, Wow.
Wow. We're so happy for you. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Girl, absolutely.
We'll throw some ASMR noises in there.
That's fucking tea.
Yeah. Craig sucking on a lollipop is in here somewhere.
I can't believe they said that to you.
No, she deserves to die.
Exactly.
You're so right. That's the analog Google Gemini brain poisoning.
I wish he'd gotten a few more shots off too.
This is your Swim Fans for the week. We're glad you're doing well. I'm definitely normal. This is Swim Fans Unknown Pleasures. I am your co-host. Is it wrong that I need that one Yakuza guy? I'm Josh McKenzie.
I'm heading up the diversity, equity, and inclusion branch of this Yakuza organization. I'm Craig Neeson.
I'm washing machine bullets, Jennifer Hawking.
This week on Swim Fans Unknown Pleasures, we are talking 2021 Yugo Sakamoto film, Baby Assassins.
Just do it.
So if you've not seen Baby Assassins, this movie is about Mahiro and Chisato. They are two high school girls who at the start of the film graduate from high school. So they are freshly out of school. And what you need to know is that they are assassins. They are contract killers. They're like assassin organization is like, you guys should live together. They don't explain why, but they make sure our two leads can stay in the same place for long periods of time. So the two girls move into an apartment together. Mahiro is like sort of quiet and awkward, really shy. And Chisato's like much more of like a girly girl. Like she's very like, she's like kind of like peppy, super like a much bigger personality. So they're like a fun sort of odd couple in that way. But both of them are like capable of like extreme violence and do so repeatedly over the course of the film. So like sort of early on in the film, we become acquainted with an unnamed Yakuza family. It's like a father who is some high-ranking member, and then he has two children, a son who seems to be established in the organization, and a daughter who is, again, quite... she's a Genki type, right? Like, she's kind of all over the place. She's always giggling and laughing before she does her own ultra-violence. So she... they have like a death in the Yakuza family, and if the daughter is able to solve who killed him, she's able to sort of move up in the organization. So she does this pretty quickly, and as she does as she like sort of solves this short mystery here, she meets Chisato, who narratively importantly wears a lot of perfume. The Yakuza woman is like, let's be friends. So she gets her contact info, knocks her unconscious, and goes about her day. So Chisato gets hired at a maid cafe and brings Mahiro along with her. Chisato really takes to it, but Mahiro's obviously quite, she's like embarrassed to do this. Like it's not something that she's comfortable doing. So she sort of quits instantly. Chisato gets mad at her. Oh, wait, sorry. They have to get like part-time jobs, by the way. Like, yes, they're contract killers, but their organization is like, you should get part-time jobs. Again, just to sort of like impress upon these girls that they need to do things. So that's why they're getting part-time jobs. Even though they're contract killers. So Chisato and Mahiro have like a falling out over this because Mahiro's like really not trying to get a job. She doesn't want to. She's not really cut out for any work that doesn't involve murder. So they have sort of like a falling out. And then when Chisato's back at work the next day, the Yakuza father and the son come in trying to branch out, right? Instead of just like doing human trafficking and selling heroin, they're like, what if we opened a maid cafe? Because this too is the future of Yakuza. And it's going along swimmingly until suddenly the dad decides that it no longer is going along swimmingly. So he's going to human traffic all of the people in the maid cafe. But Chisato, again, an assassin, murders them both. So the Yakuza daughter buries her father and her brother, and as she's doing this, she smells Chisato's perfume like on the corpses. So Chisato and Mahiro like make up, and the final like showdown of the movie, the Yakuza family tells Chisato to meet them at like a warehouse. The girls grab their guns, and then they kill them all. Like they just kill all of the Yakuza family. There's like an extended scene where Mahiro's fighting like the sub boss, the one with like the muscle, the tough guy, and that's like kind of the longest fight scene there. And then Chisato pretty handily just kills the last Yakuza sibling. And I think that's the end of the movie. Like there might be like one more scene where they're like, let's eat something together, but that's the plot of Baby Assassins. What did we think?
I brought this. I thought it was a fun premise, and I saw that Carlos from Heroes 3 watched all of them, so I've been interested in checking this out since then. I know that there's like 2 sequels and a TV show after this, so I'm actually I'm excited to dive in further. I liked it. I thought like it was really messy though, and I feel like a lot of my thoughts on it might come off as like overly negative, so I want to just preface this with like I liked this movie quite a bit. It's carried like entirely by its 2 leads who are like fantastic and like do a really good job of smoothing over sort of the friction I felt with some of the other stuff. I think they do like such a great job of blending this like sitcom dynamic with like action scenes and like bloody violence, and it all kind of like comes together in this fun, energetic kind of way that I really, really admired. I wish the blocking was better. There are some one takes in this that are so sloppy, man. Like that one where they're in the back of the van. It just goes on for way too long, and I feel like it never really like settles into the scene before they try to like move back out of the back of the van. I don't know. I didn't like that it had CG blood. Like the CG blood looked really bad. I thought some of the action scenes were pretty good, but I kind of wish the camera work was better. I don't know. I liked it. I want to see more. I'm hoping that like the follow-ups do a better job with some of the technical aspects, because it really, really is a lot to admire here. The whole maid cafe subplot is so much fucking fun, man. I love that like one of them just can't seem to function in society whatsoever, and is forced to. I just think, I don't know, the dynamic there is great. I liked this quite a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. Like same. I think the 2 leads are fantastic. I love when they're hanging out. I love when they're just sharing space or like not sharing space very well. I love the GoPro strapped to the plate that has cake on.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, there are a lot of like really fatal, I think, just filmmaking flaws where a scene will go on too long. I think there's a number of things that are could have been tightened up in the edit that just weren't. I do agree that on some level the fact that we don't have real squibs makes the violence seem a little not impactful. But I don't know. I get it. This is the way of things now. But I want to say that like the dynamic here between these 2 lead actresses is fucking crazy. The way that they're styled, the kind of like conflict between them, which is kind of like a soft conflict, right? There's no big stakes like, oh no, if we don't work out our differences, we're not going to survive or whatever. There's nothing like that. It's kind of like a stoner comedy in that way, where it's like there's like no stakes like at all. a proper antagonist isn't even like really set up. I guess we have that really strong guy, and then the laughing Yakuza girl. But the two Yakuza guys are dispensed with pretty effortlessly. But I like that. That's not a criticism. I like the low stakesness of the entire thing. I love the fact that essentially, there's more stakes involved in that character trying to make the perfect dollop of whipped cream than there is in any of the gunplay, right? Like that's like, it's like so important that she's fucking up the waffles and she doesn't know where the mango is at her part-time job. To me,
the mango scene was so fun.
Yeah.
To me, those moments of like domestic, or like as a young adult, you're selling your labor at a part-time gig and you're not really good at it. Like all of that stuff, the Nintendo Switch Lite. That's there's one power brick that they're sharing and it doesn't quite, the cables don't quite reach appropriately. So if one goes, everything goes. Yeah, all that to say is I think the most special part, just round it back, I've said this already, is the two leads. Fucking crazy. It's like lightning in a bottle shit. And I'm similarly excited to continue on this path just to see if they were able to kind of sand off some of these rough edges.
Yeah, I think I feel much the same as the two of you. You rarely, I think, see a movie that's this held together by like just the charisma of the protagonist. Because there's really nothing else in the movie. Yeah, I mean, like they're so fun together that it's almost easy to forget that there's no story, and that the action is kind of half-hearted. Like, I mean, I guess I would trust like a Heroes 3 to talk about this more than me, but like something that became clear even in that first confrontation in the convenience store, like the fantasy Mahiro's having or whatever that is like the action is fast-paced and I think it's choreographed appealingly, but like it becomes really clear that like, I don't know if they're like afraid to do this or what, but like the girls, Mahiro and Chisato, are able to like punch and kick and hit the men, but like all of these men fighting them are just sort of like grab at them, and like it makes all of the combat feel kind of like floaty and not that scary. Like the only one who kind of hits is the guy at the very end of the movie, but like there's like 3 fight scenes before that are like long and sort of big. And so like, I don't know if I feel out of my element talking about this, but it became really obvious very early on that like the choreography just involves sort of like reaching for these girls and occasionally dragging them. And it just doesn't feel that tense. So like, I mean, it just which is a shame because I think the actual movements are interesting and they're fast paced and it looks like a lot of work went into choreographing them. It just doesn't feel that dangerous, which I think is sort of a problem. I mean, like, I don't need like a Clockwork style plot for a movie like this. I would have preferred more stakes. Like the Yakuza, I don't even think they get names. Or maybe the son. Okay, I think the son's name is Kazuki, but like I mean, Yakuza families famously have like a group name, and I'm pretty sure we don't get one.
Yeah, I don't
from
think
them. So. And so like a lot of the movie just feels like yada 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 in a way that is like not my favorite personally. And like Jennifer said, this feels like I hated this movie, but I really liked it. It's just that like I think that the two leads, when they're having fun or when they're like fighting or just hanging out together, is so fun that the movie really comes alive, and everything else is just kind of like flat and not interested in being explored, which is a shame. I think that I commented on Letterboxd that like if this movie was a TV show where like a lot of this sort of uninteresting shag could be cut and it's like a 22-minute episode, I think it would be really improved. And then a helpful follower commented and said there is a TV show, so like you said, Jen, so maybe that sort of format would suit this sort of story better, where like I'm not expecting a like really, where like episodic sort of plots are like sort of more expected for the medium.
You're so correct. It feels like the pilot of a TV show. It feels like they're just setting up the world for these characters to exist in more than it's interested in like telling you a story. So if us watching it in 2026, understanding that there's 2 other movies and like 12 episodes of a TV show, I mean, I can adjust my expectations pretty properly, but as like a movie that's like crazy, right? Like I love, you know, how low stakes it is. There needs to be at least like a slightly stronger conflict because also like the villains I didn't find terribly compelling either. Yeah. Like the big Yakuza guy, like I think one of you was saying like they're the like 2 of the lead villains are just like disposed of as an afterthought in one of the scenes, leaving like the daughter to avenge them, and like the daughter's like not that interesting of a character. Actually, I think she's like too close to like the leads, and I think that she needs to kind of like be more of like a counterpoint to them or something. Yeah. It just kind of feels like you're getting like the same version of what's the dark-haired girl's name?
Yeah, she's very similar in personality to Chisato.
Yeah. There really needs to be some sort of like separation between them because they're already like anti-heroes, right? They're already like doing crimes, killing people. So when like there's just another person that is also like killing people, it's just not that compelling.
Yeah. I don't like it. It just doesn't seem, and like, I mean, I don't think this necessarily has to be the case, but like, because like this movie doesn't need like a complete character arc. It doesn't need like a 3-act structure. It doesn't need any of that. But like when the girls don't even like meaningfully struggle, it's not interesting.
Yeah.
Like, after a while, like, I mean, it is fun to watch them just sort of like God mode life. Like that is amusing. But like once you realize that that's not going to be confronted, like it's right when she kills the leader and his son. It's when Chisato just ices them that you're like, oh, there's not really going to be a conflict in this movie.
There's no rules here to break, are there?
And then it's like, oh, look at how cool the 2 girls are the whole time. And it's like, yeah, but I enjoy them the most when they're not cool. When they kind of like suck ass is when they're most fun.
Yeah, it felt like, well, like obviously John Wick probably had like 40 times the budget of this movie, right? But like they do such a good job in that series of like setting up these reasons for these like weird and oftentimes like vague reasons that John Wick has to like go back to the old him or whatever. This felt more like coincidence than it did like as a result of their actions, you know. It just kind of felt like the Yakuza guys just sort of ended up in the maid cafe where she worked, just because they wanted to go to one to do some weird woke Yakuza thing, more than it felt like there was a reason for them to be there. And so it's just certain things like that just kind of don't really connect. It was brought up slightly earlier of like the opening action scene. Like by the end of that sequence, I wasn't really sure if that happened or not. I get that it was like a fantasy that she was having during the interview, but then they also kind of made it seem like she did kill him, and like that didn't really make. Maybe it was like a subtitle issue or something.
It was super confusing.
Yeah.
It was really like amateur. It was very strange that like that in a movie about like they are girls who are hired to kill people. I wasn't sure if they killed someone.
Right.
Well, and like
you could have left that in. You could have left it in without that sudden. She's actually back in the office. And breaks that guy's arm or whatever. You could have kept it all in, and it would have been fine, right? This is what these girls do: is they do murder, and it would have scanned completely.
It could have been the real start of the movie. It didn't have to be a false start,
right?
Yeah, because like, okay, filmically, if you were to put this as it plays in a movie, the idea is that the ultra violence would be so jarring as to like sort of like snap the audience being like, what movie am I watching, man? And then like then it's revealed to be a fantasy because your protagonist is presumably not a mass murderer, but our protagonists are mass murderers. And they do it multiple times over the course of the movie. So there's really no point into like having them not kill the most dangerous convenience store in all of Japan. There's no reason not to do it. And then like you're saying, Jen, like in film language, it's a lot easier to understand snapping out of a fantasy if like a scene just kind of like hard cuts, like maybe even in the middle of like right after a line read or something. Like it can be kind of jarring because you're supposed to be snapping out of like this fantasy that you're experiencing. This goes so long. She has a full conversation with Chisato that means nothing and goes nowhere, and then they walk out of the convenience store as if it would like go on to the progression of the plot. And then only then does it tell you that was a fantasy. And I'm like, filmically, that doesn't make sense. Like, I don't feel like I woke up from a reverie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking of how, you under no circumstance have to hand it to him. Super bad. There's that moment where Jonah Hill is outside the convenience store, and he's fantasizing about what will happen if he tries to steal liquor. And one of the situations is he goes to the security guard, and he's like, the security guard's like, "Don't do it, kid." And Jonah Hill's like, "I never had a choice." And then the security guard like cuts his throat with a broken bottle. Like, you know, like it's like a sudden eruption in the film that we kind of we understand implicitly as the audience that it's a fantasy rupture. This is just like status quo, but then going back and saying, "Oh no, actually it was like a little bit different than that." It doesn't do anything other than confuse.
Yeah. It's a crazy note to start your movie on.
It's crazy because if this was more John Wick, where like the girl's whole thing is like, it's like a Rurouni Kenshin thing where it's like, I used to do mass murder, but now I no longer do mass murder. I'm simply different now. And so she had this fantasy where she slaughters a convenience store and then she doesn't do that. That could at least be like meaningful.
Yeah.
In this case, it's just confusing and weird.
Yeah. And like also the other girl, I don't know. They do this like 4 weeks earlier thing, and like they shouldn't have. They probably should have told this one chronologically. It didn't really. I mean, it got an action scene to the start of the movie, but like as we were saying, there's no like juxtaposition of that to make it meaningfully unreal to us, which makes it feel kind of cheap or something. And like, obviously, I left confused. But then it also sets up like the other hit that the other girl is working on, and then that gets its own confusing setup where she's interrupted, but not enough that it ruins the hit, and then it's not mentioned like earlier in the movie that like this insane thing happened where the bad Yakuza knocked her out and then like tied up her target anyway for her to kill, which she doesn't. It's strange. It's messy, right?
Yeah, and then that flashback, it's like super duper long, so long that you forget that you're in a flashback, right? Because it's not meaningfully different from the flash forward. And then like, so just eventually there's just a scene where they're back in the apartment and it says present day on screen, and I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot because it didn't really matter.
And then
like,
the title
at all.
Then the title card appears like 1/3 of the way through the movie because of that extended prologue.
Yeah, I mean
it's Mandy or some shit.
The filmmaker looking at like a filmmaker's bag of tricks and then kind of arbitrarily choosing some of them, which is perplexing, right? Like I think there's an attempt to zhuzh up the film when it really didn't need any of that. Like the word that keeps coming to my mind is arbitrary. These are really, really deeply arbitrary choices.
Absolutely. And sorry, I'll let this go after this, but like the convenience store thing being not real, and then like the insane ultra violence that Chisato does at the cafe that she's moonlighting at, I think was real. And then I'm like,
yes!
wait, is that
holy shit? I was like, did she just kill 3 people? And I wasn't sure. I was like, did you get fired or did you murder the staff of this restaurant you're working at? Like, I don't know.
And then that scene was like, I mean, it's like a little cartoonish because the movie is consistently sort of cartoonish throughout, but like it's much gnarlier than like the convenience store full of knife wielding guys, because she like snaps her boss's neck, who's like writhing on the floor. She like caves that man's skull in with a waffle. And like, it's just, but like, it's, and I'm like, did she really do that? Because those people did way less. Or that guy just said he doesn't like whipped cream very much, which is like funny based on like the amount of trouble that she went through to learn how to do it correctly. Like, I get the setup and the payoff. It's just then the violence didn't seem proportionate given that the girls aren't just killing whomever. And the movie went out of its way to be like, we're not killing just whomever. In fact, we are.
Yeah. And doesn't it then hard cut to her in the street smiling, smelling her like very beautiful smelly bread, right?
That is the immediate next shot.
Yeah.
So it leaves you with this like, she's like, oh my God, I'm panicking because I just snapped my boss's neck and assaulted a random civilian. But then it just cuts to her. And that's the thing too, because the movie had done that to me already. I was waiting for the psych where she imagined the outburst of violence but did not actually do it. And then the movie does not clarify whether or not she did it. She's just very excited to have her bread afterwards.
Yeah.
You do have to pick one or the other.
Yes.
You're either like an insane like hair trigger, or you're trying not to kill civilians. It really has to be one or the other.
Well, because also in a world where violence is as common as we've seen it in the first 20 minutes, what is the role of an assassin at that point? Like, I don't know. There's just things aren't established.
Yeah.
Because that fantasy scene at the convenience store scene, I assume it didn't happen, but like also all those guys jumped out and tried to kill her. Is that common?
I love that there's just a murderous convenience store. There's like one. There's like one store
attempting to heighten something, because I definitely had not gotten my foothold in the movie like the movie's tone long enough to tell if that was supposed to be weird that all of the people at the convenience store were like just as murderous as she was.
Yeah. Oh, this is the evil family mart.
Yeah, and there's 10 employees for like a grab and go little store. I mean, the overhead of that part-time labor must have been crazy.
Yeah.
Why are they hiring? They have like 50 people on staff.
Well, and I feel like, I don't know, I feel like we're not even really nitpicking, because like I think this movie does skip over things that I really don't need to know about. Like I enjoy that they didn't give us like background about the assassin organization. Mm-hmm. I think it's fun that you never see their boss, Mr. Tasuka. They just like talk about him, but he never shows up. I think that's pretty fun. I think the movie is like kind of good sometimes at skimming over things. Like I don't really care how the girls met necessarily, unless it's interesting, but like I don't need to know it to like make the movie work. I don't need to know how they got here, and the movie wisely just sort of skims over all of that. But then they skim over way too much, and I'm like, no, stop cutting, please. You've cut too far.
That makes it feel more like a pilot, right? Of like, like episode 1 of the X-Files or something. Like Mulder is like introduced, and they tell you aliens are real, but the conspiracy goes deep, and Mulder's gonna have to like figure that out. It like they kind of like play fast and loose with stuff in that episode, and like here it's like similarly things are glazed over that could be explored later. And
yeah,
I don't know. It's weird to do that in a movie.
It is weird.
It's a strange mode to operate in.
Yeah, because I agree with your like sort of premise that the movie feels like a pilot, and I guess it was because they made 2 sequels in a TV show. So like it is strange because it does feel like there's a lot of like the draw distance of the movie is quite low, but it could be filled out at any time. Like there's this lore drop that like all assassins in this organization are put into pairs of 2, all assassins are forced to cohabitate for some reason.
So much fun.
It's so fun. It's so funny. But like it's that kind of thing that it seems like when they felt like it, they could flesh out like other assassin pairs. They could flesh out like anything else about that. But that's, yeah, like you're saying, left purposefully vague for the purpose of pitching this to somebody to get made. And it just feels like you forgot to make the script for this movie. Even for a pilot, though, I'd want to know if they're trying to kill people or not trying to kill people. I do need a solid answer one way or the other. As an executive, I need to know that.
I don't think that was intentionally left vague. I think they just fucked that up really bad.
I just went hard on this movie for like half an hour, but like
seriously, the movie, it's good.
Yeah, I really liked it. The leads in this, like we've talked about this already, so fucking fun. Like I really liked Mahiro, but like I love the Chisato's actress. I think that she finds like peaks and valleys to this sort of like peppy psychotic character. It's fun. Like I genuinely don't know what her reaction is going to be to like various stimuli from one scene to the next. Like sometimes she plays it like a sort of like heightened young girl would do it, where it's like, you know, it's exaggerated as the genre requires, but it's like more or less typical. And then sometimes she like goes sicko mode. And so I enjoy that sometimes she just like activates like the killer gene inside of her. And sometimes she's just like a regular girl. I think that's funny. The Maid Cafe stuff was so fun. I loved Himiko, like their boss, who has that whole spiel about how she's an alien and how she can't spend more than 200 yen on like lunch. I'm like, we have got to save her. It's very funny that Chisato calls her poor like 6 times in one scene. It's like super funny.
You're so straightforward.
She's like, damn, you're broke as fuck, huh? Like you never even seen a rice ball. This is crazy. But you know, I liked Mahiro too. Like she's a great like counterbalance. For me, she has sort of like she's a very gender thing happening, which I think is fun to watch. Incredible t-shirt game on Mahiro. Mm-hmm. The styling is immaculate. And of course, she gets the big fight scene, really, with the one against the strong guy. And I think that, again, I think the speed is right. But yeah, just watching them whine at each other about whatever they're like currently bothered about those are the scenes that really sung for me.
Yeah, the eating together, the you know, just the sequences of cohabitation, I think are phenomenal.
The washing machine scene was one of the funniest parts of the movie. I think it's one of the girls leaves a gun in her clothes and puts it in the washing machine, which breaks it. And then there's like this extended scene where like both girls are like, if we like you would hit an old like CRT monitor to make it work right. They're like, if we hit the washing machine correctly, it will run. And then just the two girls start wailing on it like the monkeys in 2001 after a while, and it's a pretty good bit.
Yeah, I like their. It's a very quick exchange. Like they start like trying to push the start button harder, that's how it starts escalating. Like it's not gonna like. It's not the button is the problem. No, any scene of them just sort of like bouncing off each other is like so good.
I wonder if like the idea with the Yakuza was supposed to be this intentional sort of anticlimax, because like the first scene where you see the dad, like the guy who's selling dango makes a joke about giving 2 million yen in change instead of 200, because like the way that you would say 2 million is like one word different from 200. So he makes like a little joke that's like a lame shopkeeper sort of situation, and then the guy drives a wooden stake through his eardrum. so like it's quite visceral. So he's set up to be this person capable of like extreme and strange violence. And then that is sort of I think given like nuance and like a fun factor, because he's trying to like go woke, like the Yakuza's in the 2020s. He's like, yeah, women have rights now. You can't just be human trafficking women. Haven't you seen Ocean's 8, which fucking killed me?
Yeah, that was so good.
But he's set up to be this like quite scary guy, and then Chisato just fucking shoots him in the head and he's dead. And like I think I could see that being an intentional anticlimax if there was a greater conflict. Mm-hmm. But there's not.
But there's not.
Right.
So it feels weird.
Yeah, and even like his daughter, like her reaction is really tame. It's just like, oh well. Like time to invite my father and brother's killer to the Yakuza den.
The invitation. It's that there was no urgency in even getting the girls to the final showdown. There's like this. I mean, it is sort of a funny back and forth where they're like, "Well, you come here," and she's like, "No, you come here." Which is kind of funny, I guess. But like, it's the final conflict of the movie, and I don't know. It didn't land for me.
Yeah, I think you need to set up an antagonist that's, I think, worthy of the girls, and I think the movie makes a correct assessment and is like, well, what's a good antagonist? It would be a girl of similar age and similar like disposition, but it doesn't quite like. She isn't actually particularly formidable. It's basically the unnamed guy that's like ride or die for her. Like he does the most damage ultimately. He's like the gatekeeper to her, and she falls pretty easily. I mean, it's the fight between Mahiro and the fucking unnamed guy that's like the most like intense physical combat in the film. But that guy is given nothing other than that he's like part of the organization. He's tough, but it's like
he's good at punching people.
Right, but it's like, but no, you have to set up an antagonist though, right? Like you're just they fall too easy, essentially.
Yeah, because I wonder if like maybe like a fair. It's such a different movie, but a movie that has sort of the same sort of desire to sort of blend this action comedy type thing would like, I don't know if this is fair, but like Hot Fuzz, like it feels like it does feel like Hot Fuzz builds to, and again, if Edgar Wright has no haters, I'm dead, like to be clear, but like it does feel like it builds to a series of antagonists that could potentially kill them. Yeah. And they have to like kind of work for it.
Yeah. The whole town is in on it.
Yeah.
It's actually frightening. They have to go through everybody, and everybody has their own little in joke. They've actually been set up in a way that's quite clever. The woman at the hotel, they exchange the hag fascist joke, which is because she's doing a crossword, and then they exchange it later when she's got a machine gun. And he calls her a hag, and she calls him a fascist, right? Again, we're setting up, like, Hoffa sets up little micro villains, little dots them around, and then they all come back with this, like, great, cinching up of the initial joke and them as an antagonist. It's great. It's brilliant. It's simple. It's the best film he's ever made. He's never going to top it.
Easily his best movie.
I think the reason why it feels so fair to compare them is because I think sort of like this movie, Hot Fuzz also never stops doing the comedy. Like it's not like the movie stops to have like an action climax where it's not jokes anymore. Like similar to Baby Assassins, like the comedy is like part of it the entire time. So like that feels like where it's like fair to to sort of compare them, where like you could imagine an exchange where the bad guy and the protagonist is like, no, you come here, no, I come meet me at this pub if you want an ass kicking, no, you can see me at the Tesco, like that seems like it could be like in there, but like it seems like it would still go somewhere that's satisfying as well.
I was thinking about the greater career trajectory of Edgar Wright, as I do while I'm sharpening my knives or whatever, and I really miss how fucking violent his movies were at the start. Like Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz have like gnarly fucking gore in them, and he completely lost that as time went on. I feel like Baby Assassins kind of wants that. Like, some of the kills are pretty brutal. Like, when he's got like the thing in that guy's ear, there's a bunch of stabbing in the action scene at the convenience store, and all of it feels like totally neutered by this like CG blood plug-in stuff.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I get that you need to like set up your shots faster on a lower, if you don't have $30 million to make a movie or whatever, but like I need that craft in there if you want to make those fight scenes work. Like, it's I feel like they got like they got like a stunt team, but they just needed a couple more resources to make some of this shit work, like, kinetically.
Yeah. Do you guys see what I mean about like the fighting? Like, it feels like it's the right tempo. It's just like it doesn't feel dangerous enough.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't feel like, except for the unnamed final boss guy, they're really trying to hurt them.
Yeah. I noticed maybe you guys did too, like the sound was bad in this movie. Like, just in general, like things weren't really like mixed right. Like, punches didn't really sound like they were hitting very hard. I have like a surround sound system, and I was listening to the surround sound track, and like it never sounded like an action movie to me. Like, it never like got big with its audio. And then all of the music felt like it didn't fit either. Like, I have almost nothing positive to say about the audio track here, other than you can hear them talking properly.
Yeah. The music, I think, would have been a kind of, if nothing else, like a bandage, right? Like, you throw like a hot track over some violence.
It should bang. The soundtrack in this should fucking bang.
But instead, you're given a kind of like lukewarm, shooting, punching. Like there's even parts where like there is a track going and it's mixed weird. There's one where they're meeting their minder in the cafe, and there's like a beatbox kind of like track happening, and it's mixed really funny in the background. I feel like I'm picking on this movie for its budget or something, but like it's just there's a lot of things here, especially, I don't know. I think, and I was actively thinking about this during the watch. Is like, oh, you could have covered this up with a banging track, right? You could just like some EDM fucking, like the World of Conoco hyperpop shit.
I've heard so much low streaming numbers, excellent Japanese electronic music, and you could have called thousands of people in that country to make some of these scenes work, and they did not. And it's just sort of like indie rock. It doesn't heighten anything. It's just sort of there sometimes.
I was thinking, and I haven't even seen the movie. I don't even know if this movie's out yet. But like, I was thinking of that new Boots Riley movie, the one with Keke Palmer, I Love Boosters. And just like the trailer for that, because it's like also an extremely like heightened, exaggerated sort of picture, but like just like the music in that trailer is like really kinetic, and it like I don't know, it's a trailer, it's not a full movie, of course, but like just even like that little hit felt like it was like really like singing on every level in terms of like the music really making the visuals pop, and vice versa. And yeah, there's just so much good music, Japanese music that would fit exactly this tone, and strangely there was none of it. I don't understand.
And I liked the movie.
And in fact, I liked the songs in a vacuum. I think the songs were good. It wasn't like elevating the visuals in any way, which is crazy because I'm not going to harp on it, but like it's cool young women murdering guys. So many tracks would work great with that. That's like fertile
call
ground.
Toriana. I know she's available.
So many things would go incredibly good with that.
Very strange. Very strange.
Very strange, and yet I would like to watch all subsequent.
I cannot
Assassin
wait
movies.
to watch Baby Assassins 2. I've heard it's better. I'm excited to watch it.
Film critic Amy Nicholson loves these movies, which was astounding because I feel like she has some of the strangest. She's like one of my top 3 favorite film critics, but she has like weird takes. And Baby Assassins felt like the kind of thing that she would completely bounce off of to me, just based on how I feel that she's reviewed things of other the similar ilk. She loves Baby Assassins. She gave number 2 5 stars, and I'm like, oh. And I'm like, okay,
she
Amy.
fucking rocks, man.
she's like one of my favorite people that I have a parasocial relationship to.
Yeah.
So, but like I saw that she gave it, 5 stars, and I'm like, I have got to see the next movie. I simply must.
She has the juice we were talking about last week when it comes to film critics. She really. I
was thinking of her when I was saying that.
You gotta have like just weird enough of a brain with good taste to make it work as like a film critic. She's got it. She can do it.
Yeah. Yeah, when she used to podcast with that sex past 12 years ago, she had multiple episodes where she was defending some random fucking Steve Martin movie that I've never heard of in my life.
Pennies from Heaven.
And she talks about it like it's God's gift to motion pictures.
Yeah, I still haven't seen it. I still want to, entirely based on her pitching it on a podcast 12 years ago.
And then meanwhile she'll like find a true classic and she'll just have like the weirdest nitpick with it, and she'll be like miserable dog shit because of this like one small problem with the movie. She's awesome. She's the best.
Yeah. Amy Nicholson, come on, Swim fans.
Please. That would be a dream for me. No, I'm very excited to see the sequels. It does seem like just general reviews tend to trend better the further the Baby Assassin franchise goes. So yeah, that will be. I look forward to that.
It's all. Where did you guys watch this? Or maybe we cut this part out. I was just curious where you guys watched it.
I did Amazon.
A free trial to some channel on Amazon.
I have YouTube Premium, and all of them are on there.
Oh, nice.
And I think the TV show is on HBO Max.
Really? That's cool. I did like how easy these were to get. Like, this feels like it's like a niche sort of thing, but like, yeah, I saw you could get these on YouTube. I saw you could get them. I
think they're on Tubi even.
The internet said they were on Tubi. Yeah. I was like, I really don't want to sit through commercials. Like, I really just want to watch a movie.
You got to set up that router, man. I'm telling you.
I do. Yeah, but this to me seems like a very, if this feels really, I mean, I guess I don't know how big this movie was in Japan, but like, it feels niche for an American audience because I think it's a tone that's somewhat unfamiliar to Westerners. But I did appreciate how like available it was. That's good.
Mm-hmm. It's good. I liked it. I liked the movie.
Yeah,
we spent 50 minutes shitting on it, but like it's good. Like the lead to just like I like the movie that is based entirely on the strength of the main 2 performances. And after everything we've talked about, and we're correct, you will watch if you watch this movie after this, you'd be like, I agree. What is up with the first 5 minutes? What's up with the first 20 minutes? Like it's a mess. It's a goddamn fucking mess. And it's still pretty good. They're great.
Yeah, truly, it's like a testament to the movie. I gave this 4 stars. I like exactly one thing about this movie, and it's the 2 actresses hanging out. But it's so good that I gave this 4 stars. Like I set it to 3.5, and I'm like, honestly, no. I want to watch all of the rest of this franchise. I want to get completely Baby Assassins pilled. I think that requires a 4-star rating.
That's actually a really great point. I did give it 3.5 stars. I thought I was being generous, but now I think you might be correct because I'm still compelled by it.
Yeah,
right? There's something here. Yeah. There's something amazing here. You gotta forgive a lot. You have to have forgiveness in your heart, at the front of your heart, watching it. But it's there. It's there, man.
Yeah. And I think that's what's so amazing is like, I don't know, like this could like suck easily. Like if this had been like, if they had like played off each other worse, this could have easily been like a 2-star experience. But like, I think that's extremely remarkable. Like we spent so much of this movie rightly criticizing, I think, a lot of the production. But yeah, they're just so fun to watch together that it's like a good movie somehow. I think it's amazing. I think that's a remarkable commentary on just like the medium of film, that you can do just one part of the process so good that it like makes it kind of worthwhile.
Yeah, completely.
And I am upping my rating to 4 stars.
Yes. I like off the top of my head, I think so maybe no other medium can say that. We're like, because like if like one part of a painting is bad, it's a bad painting. Like there's no saving a painting if it's not all like sort of harmonious and working together. But one part of a movie can be so good that the rest of it doesn't matter, that it's kind of miserable. That's amazing.
Incredible, really. Yeah, this is the deadly premonition of movies.
It really is. Okay, wait. If I could make Craig sit through the entirety of one video game, I would choose Deadly Premonition.
That would be fascinating.
Craig, do you know anything about this game?
Yeah, I think I either watched you play it briefly or something, but I am familiar. Yeah,
It is the most blatant plagiarism of Twin Peaks in the history of media. And Ben Swery, like on record, was like, I've never seen Twin Peaks in my life.
I do not believe him.
No, because some parts are complete
it's exactly the premise is the premise of Twin Peaks. There's no way. You don't
so
independently get to a story of an FBI agent investigating a small town in Washington without having seen Twin Peaks, or at least being influenced by some aspect of it. Also, that show was huge in Japan. What the fuck are you talking about? Of course you've seen it.
Francis York Morgan has a scene where he's like, damn fine coffee. And I'm like,
oh, okay. All right.
It's Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
It's so funny to lie. Anyway, I think I would love to watch you sit, because it's like such a bad game. Like part of it is good, except for that somehow it owns.
Yeah. Which I think makes the comparison to Baby Assassins pretty apt. That game sucks shit. I'm a big fan of it.
4 stars. 4-star movie.
4
Baby
stars.
Assassins.
4 stars.
3.5 for me. I like the joke where the minder's like, we aren't afraid of the cops, but we are afraid of the tax assessors. That's why you need to get a job.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, a lot of the funniest stuff was just sort of like one-off lines, like did you see Ocean's 8? Yeah, just the extended bit where they're in Akihabara and the dad is like, we're no longer doing human trafficking. This is the Yakuza of the future. And then like once the girl like fails at putting ketchup on that omu rice, he just fucking is like, all right, we're doing human trafficking.
Yeah, line
again.
up. He's like, line up and stick your asses out.
Do we have any questions?
We do. Do one of you have it? It was for Josh.
Josh, demonic scientists have come from hell to test a new torment on you. Nothing is really frictionless, but your sense of feel tells you that everything is. What movie do you invoke to restore a sense of certainty about the physicality of the world?
I mean, I have a boring, serious answer to this question. I wish I had like a funny one, but it's like boring and it's not compelling either, because we've talked this movie to death. But it would be Sans Soleil, to sort of like get a sense of like tactility back in my frictionless hell where I'm just like slip sliding around a void. Yeah, I don't know. The movie is so textural to me. It's so, just like the breadth of places the movie goes, the sort of nooks and crannies the movie finds. I feel like it would be very grounding. Restore 1% friction to my environment. I don't know. I was really trying to think of like a funny one, and I couldn't think of one. I'm like, I only have my painfully sincere answer.
I think you're valid for that.
Yeah,
do you guys have one?
When I was thinking of it, that was actually my answer. Was Sans Soleil.
Yeah.
Because I often do feel that way, or I mean, scientists haven't come from hell to do that to me, but I often do feel a kind of like, yeah, like the world, and it's like I'm not grounded, right? And I think that movie has a tendency to ground me in a way that's really remarkable.
Do you have one, Jen?
Oh, no, I'll be honest. I read that question like 3 times, and I couldn't figure out what it was asking.
I mean, like
friction. There's no friction. Like you can't feel anything. How do you get texture back? How do you get texture back to the world?
I don't know, man. When you find out, let me know.
Yeah,
it's rough going over here.
Yeah, my like train of thought with that was like, yeah, just first of all trying to think of like if I was like not feeling anything, I'm in like a void. The friction level has been set to 0%. I'm like, what movie has like so much texture? So I was like running through my Rolodex of like fabric movies, like ones that are really like touch based. You know what I mean? And then actually my first like snap answer was The Virgin Suicides, because that movie is also really tactile to me. But then, like, when I thought about it for longer, I was like, oh, no, it would be Sans Soleil, because Virgin Suicides is also, like, a fucking bummer. That's not going to help me. That's not going to help me regain gravity.
I'm going to say Paris is Burning or Guinea Pig, Mermaid in a Manhole.
Paris is Burning is an excellent choice for this question. Yeah, I think you would forget that you're just sliding at, like, infinite miles an hour without friction to slow you down if you had Paris is Burning to watch.
Yeah.
It's funny, when this question was asked, I immediately thought of Gary's mod where you can like turn down the friction.
Yeah.
Things just start zooting around.
You're just Counter-Strike surf mapping around your apartment. Like, what do you do to...
Yeah.
Was this Fortunes in Hades asking?
Yeah, I believe so.
Thank you for always bringing the questions that are so abstract that we truly have to think about it.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, we got one from Naji Kirima as well. From Naji Kirima, if the SWIMFANS were Transformers, what would your alt modes be? They need not necessarily be vehicles.
I'm so glad you asked this question.
I feel like you've probably thought about this the most, just based on employment history.
Exactly. Like I had to like draw them a lot, and then they were, I'm not going to talk about my job here. Anyway, so yes, I have thought about Transformers a lot. I would say I really like some of the ones in Beast Wars did this, and then also in Transformers Earthspark, we also had a few of these. I liked the ones that turned into dinosaurs. I would like to be like a stegosaur type transformer. And then what would be cool about that is, because you're already a robot that's turning into a dinosaur, I feel like you could like roll around like Sonic style, but your like spines would be out.
Yeah,
so that's what I would choose.
That's funny. I was a Transformers Power Rangers kid. I liked when they came together or they were apart. I also would be a dinosaur. I think I'm a big fan of ankylosaurs. They have the big like club on the back of their tail.
Yeah,
they're like super armored
choice.
And shit. Like I'd be like hitting people with my big ass like tail.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And that would translate so well to being a Transformer as well.
Kitty cat. I want to be a cute little kitty cat.
Just two badass fucking dinosaurs and their kitty cat.
Yeah, and their kitty cat.
And when we come together, you're the head. Like we
Voltron together.
Yeah, we Voltron together. It's a cute kitty cat head.
We had there's a Transformer who is like a panther. But that's like not her. That's not her alt mode. That's like her like regular mode. Is that she's like she's like a full panther. And she her X mode is a like a cassette tape, because Transformers is from the 80s, and the cassette tape can go into Soundwave's chest with the tape player. Her name is Ravage, and so speaking of what you're sort of talking about, is that like when we were on the show, there was like back and forth about like how big the cassette tape is. like because we weren't sure if it would like become the size of a cassette tape, which should be like a very dense, impossibly heavy cassette tape, I would imagine, or if it would become a cassette tape roughly the size of Ravage's regular mode. So that's what I was thinking of when you were becoming a cat. I was like, would you become an exceptionally dense regular sized cat or like a U-sized cat?
Simply a kitty cat.
All right.
I want to lay in a sunbeam, swat at a fish in a pond.
I think you just want to be a real life cat. I don't think you
It
need
sounds
to be a transformer.
awesome. It sounds great. I think I would be a great house cat. What if I turned into a cat, but it was like Rumple Teaser or like Old Deuteronomy or some shit?
God damn it.
I mean, that
I look
would
exactly
expect,
like Taylor Swift in the movie Cats.
I would expect nothing less of you. In fact, I would hope that's what you would do.
My ass looking like Grisabella.
Someday we'll get Craig's Jellicle choice.
Nope. Not attending the ball. Nope, never.
We'll get him. Listener, don't you worry. We'll get him.
Drag my dead body to the Jellicle ball.
Thank you so
Do you
much for
remember
listening.
when I renamed that video file so he'd click on cats?
Yeah. The thing is, eventually he does have to choose it. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
For it to be meaningful.
Mm-hmm.
Let's play a game, Craig.
Thank you for listening. You can find the show wherever you get your podcasts. So that is Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you're listening. Please rate, please review, please subscribe. We appreciate it. If you want to ask questions to the show, like Najikirima and Fortune and Hades have been doing, you can do that on Blue Sky, on Instagram. That's user SwimFansPod. You can also do that on the Spotify episodes, or you can do it at our email address, where you can ask questions, send in recommendations. That is swimfanspodcast@gmail.com. Yeah, social media is Blue Sky, Instagram, Letterboxd, SwimFansPod. Give us a follow over there. And lastly, but certainly not leastly, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/swimfans. For as low as $1 a month, you can get access to the entire back catalog. Something is coming soon. So for this month, you can find me online, all those same spots, user Amon's AMONNS. I have not been watching movies. It's been very hectic in my household. So I will tell you about the food that Matt's been making. How about that?
Okay, hell yeah.
So Matt, in the past 2 months, Matt has grown and developed his own sourdough starter. So he's been making a lot of like homemade bread from scratch, which has been really good. The sourdough is amazing. Super, super, super tasty. And then yesterday he made cheddar biscuits. And I'm like, what's a cheddar biscuit? I don't know I don't know how to picture that. And then we had like a who's on first type situation where I was not understanding what he was saying about I was like, is it full of cheese? Is it I don't understand what it is. Anyway, so it's a biscuit where there's cheese in the dough. It's very simple. But he made some homemade chili as well. And so the chili and the cheddar biscuit together was a great combo. And that's what's been going on in my life. Hopefully movies again soon. Jennifer.
You can follow me on Blue Sky, diatron5.swimfanspod.com. I'm on Letterboxd Diatron. If you look at my Letterboxd page, my last 4 logs are the last 4 movies we covered on this podcast. I'm still playing Drakengard, though. That's a good time. I'm almost at the first ending. Yeah, it's not going well for the planet. I got to be honest with you guys. I don't know if Keim's going to pull this one off. I continue to be compelled by it, though. Craig.
You can find me at Craig Neeson on Instagram and Letterboxd, craigneeson.com. I finished the Area X trilogy for the second time. I really enjoyed it second time around. I think there's a lot to be gleaned second time around. I absolutely need to read a new author. I was gonna start reading Absolution, which is the 4th book, but I'm like, you know what? I should give someone else a chance for a while. So yeah, I don't know where I'm headed next. I do have Delicious in Dungeon manga right next to me. I might power through and finish that before I go on to anything else. Yeah, I also haven't been watching movies.
How do I get you? I love our movie podcast where we're just in a low movie viewing phase. The cycles and all things.
I think we're coming off the Oscar. I'm still coming off of the Oscar rush, if I'm being honest.
I mean, all things in cycles. Sometimes I watch a mentally ill amount of movies, and sometimes I'm just not watching movies.
I guess I could watch Underworld 3, but like I don't want to.
Craig, how do I get you onto Witch Hat Atelier?
Yeah, so yeah, I've definitely seen pages of that. I feel like it would be my vibe. I'm really bad at following manga through, especially like one that's so extensive. Like to me, Delicious in Dungeon, that's a lot of fucking manga. Like it's a lot, and it's not even that much. So I need to prove it to myself that I can get through Delicious in Dungeon without waiting for like the second season to come out or whatever.
Sure.
Yeah.
If you want to like just try it and see if it is your vibe, the anime that I think Trigger is behind. Don't quote me on that. I'm probably wrong. Nobody get mad at me. But anyway, the anime is like pretty good so far, and it's very faithful to the manga. Like it's one of the productions where they like some of the shots are just like replicating manga panels that are really cool.
Yeah.
So I mean, it could be like a quick and easy sample platter, but I will say that the manga is like top 3 most gorgeous comics ever made by a human being. Like it's ridiculous. Like it makes me bummed a little bit.
No, I've seen panels. I've seen some of the work, and it's totally breathtaking. Yeah.
Craig, do you ever read Neuromancer?
I have not. No, I've been actually looking for it. I've been looking for Gibson in bookstores. Every time I go to a used bookstore, I keep looking for Gibson, and I'm not finding anything. Because that's one particular author's rabbit hole that I've never gone down. So I actually am keen on him. So Neuromancer I'll definitely get to for sure.
Ready to punch that cowboy?
Yeah, 100%.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.